Mary, that you would like your free
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Happy Father's Day as we welcome you to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. Today, the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts will take on the visiting Medford Mustangs in a matchup for the Father's Day Championship of this tournament. And we get things started here in just a little while at 5:30 as the Doc Stewarts look to try and go undefeated through tournament play, but they'll have to take down the vaunted Medford Mustangs, who come in and 2-1 in this tournament so far. The only loss for Medford coming back against Fairfield in their first game of the tournament. Doc Stewarts with a walk-off win last night to stay undefeated and earn their way in to this title matchup coming up this afternoon. We should have a great game on our hands, and in fact, if the schedule stays the way it is, it'll be the first of two games against Medford in back-to-back days for the Doc Stewarts. So should be two teams very familiar with each other as the season wears on. We'll have the first pitch coming up here in just a little bit as we make our way through the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Give them a call to set up your pickup today. Well, as we make our way towards first pitch, we're going to have a player interview coming up for you here in the pregame show. We'll be talking with Dominic Tourn, the graduate of Roseburg High School, will be playing at Umpqua Community College coming up in the fall. For Dominic Tourn, his second season with the Docs here this summer. We'll have that coming up for you here in just a few moments as Dominic Tourn is our player interview here today. We'll be making our way through the entire lineup, our third player interview so far this summer. But I want to remind you that today's game is streaming with video online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. You can check it out there as well. Subscribe and follow Doc Stewart's Baseball throughout this summer. Video streaming of Doc's Baseball here on The Score is presented by Cow Creek Tribe. We hope that you've gotten a chance to spend a little time with Dad or get a chance to catch up with your father here today on Father's Day. It's a beautiful day for baseball in the Umpqua Basin, and the Doc Stewarts are headed out there looking to win a Father's Day tournament title over the Medford Mustangs. We'll talk more about the matchup as we count down to first pitch, but up next, it's a word with Dominic Tourn from Roseburg High School as we have our first player, have a player interview for you, our third of the summer, coming up next here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you can be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We get a chance to continue our player interviews here as we work our way through the season and get to know more about these Doc Stewarts as they get ready to play Medford in the Father's Day Tournament Championship game. And joining me is Dominic Tourn from Roseburg High School, graduating 2022, second team all-conference player, and according to my notes, headed to UCC for coming up next year. But a lot going on for Dominic Tourn. Dom, last night you had a chance to get out there and pitch, but this summer it's another year for you playing with the Doc Stewarts. What are you looking forward to most about getting a chance to spend some summer playing baseball with guys that you've made friendships with, don't always get a chance to play during the spring season, but get a chance to spend some time with them here this summer?
Yeah, it's really good to reconnect with some of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
We stay in touch in the off season, but you don't get to play with them in high school and through fall. So once we get back here, it's kind of all right, let's go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's fun to grow with them and also see what they do in their high school seasons, watch them from a different team, in the stands. It's fun to see how everyone's doing and everyone competing. So it's awesome.
I know obviously you wouldn't be here if baseball wasn't a big part of your life and what you want to do, and obviously looking to try and continue playing when you get to go to UCC for next school year. But I think it was your dad told me that you had played some fall ball with that Northwest Diamond Sports. Am I remembering that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I was remembering the right guy here there for a minute. But so obviously you play fall ball, you got spring ball with Roseburg High School, you got summer ball here with the Doc Stewarts. So you're not focused on getting out there and doing too many other things. Baseball's the big focus for you. So what are you so passionate about baseball? What gets you to go out there and do it so much throughout a year?
Just the process. Baseball's weird, man. Sometimes you just feel good, things are right, and just the feeling of breaking through those little things. Just for instance, my last two starts, I'd say were better than all my high school starts this
Mm-hmm.
year. And so just the grind of getting through those bumps in the road and just feeling everything, and just the feeling you get when you feel it and you're this is it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incomparable, and just barreling balls, throwing strikes, it's just a grind, and when it's rewarding,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not forgiving too. You could be putting in the work and it's just not turning out your way. So
Mm-hmm.
when it does, it feels great. And yeah.
How'd that go with playing fall ball though? Because you played football for Roseburg High School. How'd it go kind of balancing those two things?
Yeah, basically I just would throw a game on the weekend, so I would go up there. Most of the games were Eugene,
Mm-hmm.
Salem area, most of them close. So
Mm-hmm.
I would just head up there after Friday Night Lights.
Wow.
Kind of sore, but I got through it, and I think it was good it was fun to kind of meet those guys. They were obviously all relatively from the same area.
Mm-hmm.
So Roseburg kid coming up there, they were super nice. I
Mm-hmm.
love the coach, Coach Katz. He worked with me, and it was just good to stay in the rhythm of baseball. Obviously I was focused on football. I was in season, so I wasn't doing anything to jeopardize. So yeah, it felt good to just keep the arm loose and throw
Mm-hmm.
some games, and just kind of work with a different team, see the different atmosphere. It was fun to just get up there and play baseball.
Yeah. You guys accomplished some really cool things with Roseburg football during the fall, and then obviously Roseburg baseball had another great season. I know it ended before you guys wanted it to, but looking back on your senior year of high school at Roseburg, how do you feel like things went for you? What are going to be some of the highlights for you from a senior year?
Well, going into senior year, it was what are we going to have, because started to get we're going to go to school, but we'll have masks. Oh, we're not. And so, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and football was just awesome, man. Coming off that season before, it just felt like we were getting beat up, and it just wasn't it's not fun. It's not fun losing, So first few games we're dang, this is we could be this team, It took us a while to actually believe it, but once we believed it, the atmosphere of coming together and just having each other's back was the biggest thing. I think if you look at the teams we played, talent-wise, there were some dudes on the other team, and we just stayed with us and just competed. And I think that rolled into baseball, and even this a little bit of just saying hey, this will go a long way if we just have each other's backs. We don't need to run balls out of here, throw 90. We just need to play the game right and together. And so, yeah, baseball-wise, I think we could have had a little bit more in us there, but good season. But yeah, I definitely think just senior year was awesome, man. It was so good to be able to go to school, graduate, throw my cap in the air. It was nice. So happy with how it turned out, which it could have been a lot different, you know. You never know.
You experienced a lot different in the junior and sophomore years before that. So talking with Dominic Tourn here, getting our player interviews going throughout the year. So it sounds like UCC for you next year, and obviously you know Jeremiah Robbins pretty well, and so it doesn't feel like a stretch for you to want to go play for him because you've been doing plenty of it. What about, though, staying close to home, getting a chance to play for Jeremiah, going to a 2-year school? What about that whole process kind of appealed to you and made that the decision for next year?
So a big piece was just like the coaching staff. Like they've always like put an effort into me, like developing me. Coach Bo is not here anymore, but you know I worked a lot with him my like sophomore year when COVID happened, and I could just tell like me developing like meant something to him, and it just like felt really good to like feel like they were putting in the effort with me, and so I felt like I was like owed it to them to like work as hard as I could because what they were doing for me. And I just know what kind of a coach I should not call him that. You almost got me there. I just know, you know, Coach Robbins is just knows a lot about the game, and I would be a fool to not just stay here and develop. And the way I thought of it was, if I have 2 years more with him, like what can I do, you know? And if I'm trying to go somewhere out of here, and the way I've thought of it is if I don't, then it's on me, because I know that he has all the tools for me to develop and continue on to the next level. So like the ball's really in my court starting now, because he's going to line it up for me, give me the blueprint, like this is what you got to do. And so it's my job to execute and just grind it out and work as hard as I can.
Great attitude there out of Dominic Tourn. All right, we'll wrap it up here quick with you. As you know, this summer going to hopefully be a special one for the Docs. But when you get a chance to take a break from baseball, which it doesn't sound like you do very often, but you know, when you got some downtime, what are some of the hobbies you like to do? What's away from the game of baseball or just athletics in general? What's something you like to do to fill up your free time?
I mean, I try and do a little bit of fishing and hunting, but normally after some games, I'm just relaxing. But, you know, some cornhole with the friends and spike ball, just kind of like messing around, maybe some sand volleyball, stuff like that. Like just a little bit active, but not doing too much. But, yeah, a lot of the off days are spent in my room, you know, just getting my legs back under me and stuff. It's nice to have a break, but, you know, baseball's fun and you love the grind, so... But, yeah, those days are not – they're not the most productive.
They don't pop up too often, and, yeah, I can imagine you need a little bit of downtime. All right, Dom, we'll appreciate the time here. Best of luck to you guys the rest of the season, and good luck coming up next year.
Thanks, Joey.
That is Dominic Tourn joining us here in our pregame show, the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can, again, let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. It was great to catch up with Dom there and find out a little bit more about him. It's been pretty special so far, the guys we've gotten to talk to, a number of seniors so far. Cade Johnson, Sebastian Watson, and Dominic Tourn, our 3 interviews so far. If you are listening, and I know I usually get asked about this by the parents here at the ballpark, but we will have copies of those interviews posted on Doc Central at 541radio.com, presented by Champion Car Wash. Up there on Doc Central, if you go to 541radio.com, you find the Score homepage, you'll find Doc Central there, and you'll be able to head there. You can check out game recap stories, the current standings, the season schedule, records for the Docs, and the schedule of games coming up. You can also find the link to be able to watch the games there at Doc Central. And then we've got the roster up there as well, and each player will have a bio page with some information about them, a photo of them, and that'll all be up there on Doc Central. And then as I do the interviews throughout the summer, we'll get those interviews posted up online at 541radio.com on Doc Central. So if you want to go back and listen to those, we'll have them up here soon. I got to find a couple of moments in this busy schedule, as always, to get those uploaded to those player bio pages, but we'll have them here soon, and you'll be able to catch Dominic Tourn, Sebastian Watson, Cade Johnson. Those are the 3 we've done so far. We'll have the entire team. We'll get a chance to talk to them, all of them, throughout the summer and have those interviews online. So Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We're counting down towards first pitch, and we'll have that for you here in just a few moments as the coaches are exchanging lineup cards at home plate. Want to remind you today's game is streaming with video online at 541radio.com. It is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll have the look at the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups when we come back as we get ready for the start of the championship game of the Father's Day Tournament, which has been presented by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. We'll take our 2-minute break and come back with the opening to our ball game. Doc Stewart's and the Medford Mustangs coming up after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Welcome you back here to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, where the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts get ready to take on the Medford Mustangs. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups. When you're looking for the best defense, call Cooper's Pest Control to protect your home from those summer bugs. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Call them at 673-0363. For Medford at 7-2 on the season, head coach Nate Mabin will have Cody Boragine, the leadoff batter. He's pitching today. Cameron Sewell, the second baseman, bats second, followed by Tanner Douglas, the first baseman. At third base, Jace Miller will bat cleanup, followed by Aiden Horsley, the center fielder. Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher, will bat sixth. Owen Thompson, the left fielder, batting seventh. Frankie Retigliano, the shortstop, will bat in the 8th spot, and Tristan Wallace, the right fielder, will round out your starting 9. They will face off against Eli Jacobs, a junior this last spring at Roseburg High School. Jacobs making his first start of the summer for the Docs. It is his third appearance. He's thrown 3 innings so far. He's got a 0-0 record, a 9.33 ERA, 4 walks, no strikeouts in his short amount of pitching so far this summer. Jacobs on the mound, a right-hander, a lengthy guy. Did not throw at all during the spring with Roseburg High School, so getting to see him pitch is a bit of an experience here for us, as we covered Roseburg High School baseball during the spring. So that's a little bit of a mental note for me for next spring. Expect to possibly see Eli Jacobs out there on the mound in the spring season for Roseburg High. Behind the plate today for the Docs will be Parker Burke out at first base, Daniel Withers. Justin Jenks gets the start at second base today. At third base, Jace Johnson. Cade Johnson at short. In the outfield from left to right, Sebastian Watson, Carson Dunn, and Dominic Tatone. Got a lot of South Umpqua on the infield, Roseburg in the outfield. on the mound and behind home, and then Umpqua Valley Christian at first base. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Cody Boragine is in for strike one, and we are underway in this evening's championship battle. The 0-1 pitch from Jacobs bounces in for a 1-1 count. Two Area 4 teams meeting in this title game. No surprise there. It is the second meeting this season for the Docs in Medford. The 1-1 pitch to Boragine, a line drive to center field. Drops in front of Carson Dunn for a leadoff single. Boragine, just such a dangerous player. Graduate of 2021 at North Medford High School. Boragine, on my roster that I had with all the notes on the guys from Medford after our first meeting with them to start out the year, is at the office, so I don't have that one with me. He played college ball, and I'm blanking. I want to say it might have been Lynn Benton. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Can't remember off the top of my head. But Boragine, dangerous guy. That's why he's in the leadoff spot. He gets himself on with that leadoff single. Jacobs now facing another lefty, Cameron Sewell. Sewell will have a 2-0 count. Sewell split the Southwest Conference Pitcher of the Year award with Roseburg's Austin Takahashi, who has been on the shelf for a couple of games now. High on the 2-0 offering from Jacobs. Outside, now it's a 3-0 count here to Cameron Sewell. Sewell from South Medford High School, a senior coming up in 2023. Takes the strike on the inside corner on the 3-0 pitch. Medford goes 2-1 in the tournament here, losing only to Fairfield in pool play. 3-1 pitch misses high and away for ball four. First two runners get on base to lead things off for the Mustangs.
The next batter, number 29, Tanner Douglas.
And for Eli Jacobs, looking to try and get a ground ball here that might be able to give his defense a shot at turning two. He'll face another lefty, three of them to start out the lineup card for head coach Nate Mabin. First pitch, strike one from Jacobs. Tanner Douglas, also from South Medford High School, graduating this year. The 0-1 pitch to him. In the air, out towards right field. Dominic Tourn and Carson Dunn. It'll be Dunn with the catch. He'll throw it in. The runner at second, tagging and heading for third. Boragine in with a headfirst slide. So he moves up 90 feet on the first out here in the first inning for the Mustangs. One away. Carson Dunn, the center fielder, ranging more towards right field to get that ball. He might have had a better look at it. Dominic out there in right field having to deal with the sun as it's hitting the evening horizon. So Cart starts coming in and making life difficult for those on the right side of the field. First pitch to the cleanup hitter, Jace Miller, outside for ball one. Miller bats from the right side of the plate. First one to step up on the right side for Medford here today. He swings at the 1-0 pitch and fouls it off for strike one. Jace Miller digging into the box with runners at first and third. One away. And the Docs play for a double play ball up the middle. Justin Jenks and Kate Johnson. Outside, scooped by Parker Burke. Throws down to first, but sliding back in safely goes Cameron Sewell. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch, runner going this time. Pitch low, throw goes down to second. They cut it off early. And so a stolen base for Sewell at third base. Cody Boragine reading that play all the way. Second and third, that eliminates the double play ball up the middle. 3-1 from Jacobs. Line drive shot just outside the reach of Kate Johnson at shortstop. Throw back into the infield goes all the way to the plate by Carson Dunn. And it will not be in time. That's an RBI single for Jace Miller. Kate Johnson at shortstop diving. I thought maybe for a moment he might have a good chance to get into that ball, but it was just outside of his reach. And Jace Miller will drive in the first run of the ball game. Up to third base goes Sewell. Scoring was Cody Boragine, who got on with the leadoff single. 2 hits in here in this first inning. 2 hits and a walk, 1 run in so far. Still just 1 out. Pitch in the dirt. Throw goes to second base. Not going to be in time. Jace Miller stealing second on the pitch that bounced into Parker Burke. So he's into scoring position. A 1-0 count to Aiden Horsley, the center fielder, who will look to try and help out the Mustangs get a big lead here early on. He takes low, a 2-0 count. The infield will play in with 1 out and no automatic double play up the middle. The 2-0 pitch is fouled away. Two balls, 1 strike with 1 out. That ball in the air out towards right field. Should be deep enough to possibly bring in a run from third. Caught to Tourn, throws in. The relay throw is going to get away. Daniel Withers throwing that to the plate. It gets away. No throw to third base. And so Jace Miller will get to third. Scoring on the sac fly was Cam Sewell. The throw was not going to have a chance to get him at home. Withers threw it anyway, and his throw offline goes all the way to the backstop. Eli Jacobs backing it up the play. Thought about throwing to third, decided not to. Smart decision there. It could have gotten away. There was nobody really backing things up for Jace Johnson at third. If it did get away, another run would have scored. First pitch to Jeremiah Robbins. He is the nephew of head coach for the Doc Stewarts, Jeremiah Robbins. The catcher from Medford takes high. It's a 2-0 count with 2 away. 2 runs in for Medford so far. Inside on the pitch, 3-0 count to Robbins. That'll be the first error of the ballgame for the Docs on the throw that allowed Jace Miller to move from second to third. Hitting the outside corner on a 3-0 pitch. Eli Jacobs stays in the at-bat here against Jeremiah Robbins. So far here in this frame, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 error for the Docs. And a walk issued. That'll be the second for Eli Jacobs. 2 pop fly outs for Medford so far.
Running at first base, number 1, John
Everybody else has gotten on base either with a walk or a single. Runners on the corners with 2 down. Out from behind home, Parker Burke will communicate with the infield on what they want to do with the runners at first and third. Owen Thompson will bat, the left fielder, 7th hitter in the lineup for Medford. Takes the first pitch for strike 1 from Jacobs. Get a courtesy runner at first base, Johnny King for Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher. In the dirt, nice job behind the plate by the catcher for the Doc Stewarts, Parker Burke, using the chest protector. Knocked that ball down in front of him, kept it right there. King at first didn't think about trying to run. Another one in the dirt, another nice job by Burke to keep it in front of him and right in front of him. You know, it's one thing to make sure the ball doesn't get by you, but it's another to try and control the path of the baseball and make sure it does not get away from you so you can get back to it quickly. 2-1 pitch is low again. Really feels as if Eli Jacobs trying to stay low in the zone. The 3-1 pitch is ball 4. So the bases are loaded. And time called Burke out to the mound. So bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And now a visit out to the mound for Jeremiah Robbins to talk with Eli Jacobs. Puts his hand on his shoulder and puts the other hand on the shoulder of Parker Burke. 2 runs in for Medford so far. Bases loaded in the top of the first here in the title game. And there are 2 outs in the top of the first. long visit out there. While we've got a moment, let you know Docs Baseball is brought to you by B&D Meats down in Winston. It's grilling season. Hey, maybe you were looking for something to put on the grill for Dad. And B&D Meats is a great place to go down and find it.
Number 10, Frankie.
All right, 2 away, and it'll be Frankie Retigliano to step in, the 8-hitter. Docs do have Blake Withers up and throwing in the bullpen right now. First pitch from Eli Jacobs is outside for ball 1. Medford coming off of a 4-0 win over Withnell yesterday. They had 10 hits in that game. The 1-0, low and outside again for Jacobs. 2-0 count. Frankie Retigliano, class of 2024 in North Medford High School. Line drive out towards center field. Heads right to Carson Dunn, and that'll wrap it up. Final out made. Jacobs will get out of it, but he gives up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Doc Stewart error and 3 runners left on base for Medford. We'll come back with the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Doc Stewarts. Cooper's Pest Control, when you're looking for the best defense, call Cooper's Pest Control to protect your home from those summer bugs. 673-0363. Kate Johnson will lead things off, the shortstop for the Docs, followed by Sebastian Watson, the left fielder. Jace Johnson at third base will bat third, followed by Evan Corbin, the DH, batting for starting pitcher Eli Jacobs. Daniel Withers, the first baseman, bats fifth, followed by Dominic Titone, the right fielder. The catcher, Parker Burke, will bat seventh. In the 8 hole is the second baseman, Justin Jenks. And in center field, Carson Dunn will round out your starting 9. Bottom of the first, it'll be the lefty Cody Boragine on the mound throwing for Medford. He gets a swing and a miss on the first pitch to Cade Johnson for strike 1. Boragine, again, the class of 2021. A couple of those guys, just 2 class of 2021 on the Medford roster. Boragine's 0-1 pitch is low for a 1-1 count. Cade Johnson leading things off for the Doc Stewarts, coming in batting .412 into the matchup. 1-1, check swing, couldn't hold up. Johnson a 1-2 count against him. Boragine with a crouched stance on the mound, delivers and misses in the dirt for a 2-2 count. Behind the plate, blocking balls in the dirt back there, Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher for Medford. 2-2 pitch from Boragine. Johnson fights it off, a pop fly to right field. Calling for it is the right fielder Tristan Wallace. That'll retire Cade Johnson to begin things here in the bottom of the first. Docs trail 2-0 after Medford 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 walks in that first inning. So the Doc Stewarts looking to try and catch up. Sebastian Watson stands in. First pitch, strike 1 from Boragine. Around the diamond at first base, Tanner Douglas, Cameron Sewell at second, Jace Miller at third, and Frankie Retigliano at short. As the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed by Watson. In the outfield from left to right, Owen Thompson, Aiden Horsley, and Tristan Wallace. Those are your defenders for the Mustangs as a pitch fouled out to the parking lot here at Champion Car Wash Field. Pause for a moment because I had to track the trajectory of that foul ball. Thankfully, not quite in the vicinity of my truck. The 0-2 to Watson. Fouls off another pitch as he hangs around against Cody Boragine. Sebastian Watson hitting .263 right now. Batting out of the 2 spot, the 0-2 pitch outside. Happy Father's Day to everybody tuning in. Looking like a nice Father's Day crowd out here tonight. The 1-2 pitch, line drive back up the middle, gets into center field, and Sebastian Watson with a 1-out single will have the first hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Every first hit is presented by MSK True Value. Make sure you don't swing and miss with your next project. Head to MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Sebastian Watson doing the honors here tonight. 1 on with 1 away. Watson going right back up the box with that one. Past the pitcher, Cody Boragine. First pitch from Boragine. Hits the top of the zone against Jace Johnson for a strike. Boragine, the lefty, he was tailing away towards third on that follow-through with that pitch to Watson, and then the fastball went behind him, trying to get back to the bag, and Sebastian Watson picked off at first. Docs are trying to be more aggressive on the base paths, but they've been picked off or at least gotten caught and then gotten lucky. But they've been picked off a lot more often so far to start out this season. 2 down and the bases are empty. Outside to Jace Johnson, a 1-1 count. Lefty on the mound, so it's always the deceiving look from a lefty. Whoa, look out. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen, but Jace Johnson lost the handle on the bat and sent it all the way to the dugout. The bat got let go and went sailing towards the Doc Stewart's dugout down the third base side, made it all the way to the entry. In fact, I'm not sure who it was, but one of the players on the top step just had to get up and toss it back to Jace. 1-2 pitch is high and away, evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one went sailing a little bit. I guess I think over the weekend, last weekend, when we had all that rain during the doubleheaders against Northwest Diamond Sports, I guess that happened a couple of times. The 2-2 inside. The count goes full. Understandable when there's constant rain going on, you'd lose your handle, but it's been a nice, beautiful, sunny, dry day here in the Umpqua Basin, so Jace just lost the handle on that. Ball 4 as the pitch misses high to Jace Johnson. Full count pitch just above the zone for Cody Boragine. That puts a runner back on at first base for the Doc Stewarts. 2 away. Evan Corbin will bat. He's hitting in the DH position tonight. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Corbin batting 176. They're trying to get him going. He's shown some pop in the bat, but has had struggles trying to get it to land somewhere. The 1-0 pitch to him is high and away. He's been making good contact, it seems. Just hasn't been able to get lucky to get things to fall into an open spot. Boragine takes a moment off the mound, resets his crouch stance, looks to first, delivers to the plate, the 2-0, inside corner called strike 1. Two 2-0 lead for Medford here in the bottom of the first. Roseburg, the home team. Count goes to 3-1 for Corbin. Docs have been the home team in every game they've played so far this year. 3-1 pitch, throw over to first base. And once again, a Docs player scrambling to get back to the bag. Jace Johnson read the pickoff throw right, but he just didn't get a good set with his feet to get back to the bag, so he had to kind of swim back. The 3-1 pitch to the hole, off the glove for the shortstop. Ritigliano got to chase it into the outfield. Ritigliano diving to get to the ball. Would have had a hard time to get up and try and retire Evan Corbin at first base if he had been able to collect it. But Ritigliano diving, that ball ricochets off his glove into the left field grass. And so with 2 outs, the Docs get a walk and now a single and have runners at first and second, trying to get a run on the board and cut down a 2-0 deficit here in the first inning. Daniel Withers will bat. He's been making good contact in his few games this season. He pops one high in the air left side. Should be playable for Ritigliano. The shortstop makes the play back behind third base to retire the side. Doc Stewart's get a few runners on base but cannot cash in. So we'll go to the top of the second with our score 2-0 on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Top of the second inning, Doc Stewart's Baseball is brought to you by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. Medford leading 2-0 in the title game of the Father's Day tournament. Again, happy Father's Day to everybody. Got a chance to see my own dad yesterday. Just sent him a happy Father's Day message earlier today as well. And got a text from him and my mom as they were traveling. They got to stop at Crater Lake today on their way back home. First pitch of the second inning from Eli Jacobs is in the dirt to Tristan Wallace, the 9-hitter, the right fielder. So I hope that if you've got the opportunity to hang out with Dad a little bit, you got a chance to do it today. The 1-0 pitch, high for Jacobs. Bounces out of the glove for Parker Burke. I think he was expecting that pitch in a different location. So a 2-0 count for Tristan Wallace, the right fielder. Wallace from Cascade Christian High School, class of 2023. Spiked into the ground by Jacobs, 3-0 count. The pictures of Crater Lake just make me think I need to get up to Crater Lake sometime. They got a beautiful day for it up there, it looked like. A lot of snow still up in that area. 3-0 pitch. Misses for ball 4. Walk issued by Jacobs, his 4th. The leadoff man gets on base for Medford for a second straight inning. Back to the top of the order, Cody Boragine will bat for a second time in as many innings.
Number 14, Cody Boragine.
Boragine had a single to center field in the first inning and eventually came around to score to start out the game. Breezy day here in the Umpqua Basin. Especially as the evening wears on, it's feeling a little cool out here now, especially up here in the press box where the sunshine doesn't warm it up here like it does in other areas of the park throughout the day. 1-0 count to Boragine. Jacobs misses low and inside for ball 2. Looking at 68 degrees right now make that 69 degrees right now in Roseburg. It's been sunny throughout the day, although clouds are starting to roll into the area. 2-0 pitch from Jacobs, outside and high. Count goes 3-0. coming up tomorrow. Looks like temperature's going to be in the low 70s. Docks and Medford will be playing again tomorrow down in Medford at Lithian Driveway Fields. They're on field number 9. 3-0 pitch, bounces for ball 4, and that is a second walk issued here in the second inning by Eli Jacobs. His 5th of the ball game so far, and that's going to prompt a visit here from head coach Jeremiah Robbins. Robbins made a visit in the first inning to try and talk some confidence into Jacobs, but this is going to be a different visit here. Jacobs is going to wrap up the start. He makes it 1 inning in this one, gives up 2 runs on 2 hits, 5 walks, and did not have a strikeout. So the afternoon will be a quick one for Eli Jacobs as Blake Withers will take over on the mound. Jacobs heads to the dugout with a round of applause. We'll take a look at Blake Withers when we come back after this call to the pen, brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
We get a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you've been thinking of making a change and making a call to the pen with your insurance coverage, well, you can get in touch with Chris. He's got over 10 years of insurance experience. He can make sure that you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget. Auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Blake Withers takes over on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. He's got 2 innings of work so far this summer. Does not have a start. He's been out of the bullpen both times. First pitch from Withers is fouled down the left field side by Cameron Sewell for strike 1. So Withers, 2 innings work so far this summer. He's got a 0.00 ERA, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk allowed, 2 hits in those 2 innings as well. Withers, a class of 2021 graduate at Umpqua Valley Christian School. Spent last year as a redshirt at UCC. Line drive shot. Sewell into right field. Dominic Titone up with it. They are going to hold the runner at third, but now you got 2 runners at third base. Parker Burke's going to run them down that direction. They've got the runner between third and home, and the ball is off the glove for Blake Withers. A run will score. That is going to be Tristan Wallace that comes in to score on the air. Docs had an out and could not secure it. It'll finish with runners at second and third. Cody Borgine had overrun and was at third base along with Tristan Wallace. Borgine started heading back to second, but then once they had the rundown between home and third, he went back to third base. So that's where he stands. While the rundown was going, Cameron Sewell, who had the single to right field, ends up at second base. So nobody out. A run scores. It's 3-0 Medford. And it brings up Tanner Douglas, who takes the first pitch, a breaking ball for strike 1. So that'll be, I think it goes down as an error on the pitcher, Blake Withers. He was the one there to try and catch that ball, and it was right there. He just, I think, tried to swipe for the tag too early and didn't secure the baseball. So nobody out. A 1-1 count here to Tanner Douglas. The big lefty flew out to center field his first time up. Bats here with 2 in running and scoring position at second and third with nobody out. Tanner Douglas, again from South Medford, takes high and away, 3-1 count. 3 hits in the ball game for Medford. Docs with 2 errors so far. 3-1 for Withers. Swung on and missed. Tanner Douglas, he got a pitch over the plate, reared up and fired, but he could not locate the pitch there by Blake Withers. Looked like a fastball. A little power versus power matchup, won by the pitcher. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, first base side. Daniel Withers at first, diving, can't get to it. It's out to Tourn. 1 run scores. A second run will score as well. A 2-run single by Tanner Douglas. And Medford is pouring it on here early. That's 3 runs in here in the second.
Number 3, Jace
and
Miller.
Medford leads 5-0. Still nobody out in the second inning, and it'll be Jace Miller, the cleanup man, who already has an RBI single, that'll dig in next. Blake Withers, slide step to the plate, misses outside. Throw to first base, not in time by Parker Burke. So the book is closed now on Eli Jacobs. Throw over to first base, not in time by Withers. So I think the final line will be as follows: 1 inning, 2 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, and no strikeouts for Eli Jacobs. It's a ground ball to third, throw to second for 1, throw to first for 2. It's Johnson to Jenks to Withers, and the Docs roll 2 as the defense looking to try and get something started there. 5-4-3 double play. 2 down.
Number 5, Aiden Horsley.
Brings up Aiden Horsley as the bases are empty. First pitch swinging. He sends one to right field. It'll take a hop off the turf. And Dominic Tourn had to reach up to get to that ball. First pitch swinging for Horsley. He has his first hit of the evening. Had a sac fly in his first at-bat. That's the trouble if an outfielder comes trying to come in and get a ball. If you kind of run in too hard sometimes, knowing you're going to have to take it off the one hop. That outfield grass is a little springy with this new artificial turf, and seen plenty of times where guys come rushing in and those balls take a big hop over the top of them. Blake Withers misses low and outside to Jeremiah Robbins, who bats for a second time in his many innings. Walked in his first at-bat. 3 runs in here in the second. Medford leads 5-0. Low and outside again by Withers. Docs will have to get the offense going. They had 2 hits in the first inning, but could not capitalize on runners on base. A 2-0 pitch, ground ball foul. Goes right to the assistant coach in the dugout down that direction. Fields it cleanly. 2 balls and a strike for Robbins. Robbins was one of 5 walks issued by Eli Jacobs. The 2-1 pitch bounces, gets away from Burke, and easily up to second base goes Horsley. Man into scoring position, a 3-1 count for Jeremiah Robbins. Blake Withers trying to get through things here in the second. Withers has given up 3 hits in the 4 batters he's faced, and he misses low. He'll give up a walk here. Throw down to second base. They won't get it there in time. Out at second, Horsley was way off the bag, waiting to see if that pitch might have gotten by Parker Burke. It didn't. It was low, but it didn't get by. And Horsley had to race back to second base as Burke, throwing from his knees, got it out there, just not quite in time. So runners at first and second. They do get a courtesy runner at first base for the catcher. Owen Thompson will bat. He walked in the first. Swings at the first pitch. Thompson skies one to left field. That ball hooks foul, though, down the left field line. Long run out there for Sebastian Watson. 320 down the lines here at Champion Car Wash Field. 385 to center field, where the American flag is hanging out there on the flagpole. It is blowing towards right field, towards the right field line. So kind of blowing in from left field. That ball in the air out to center field. Drifting back is Carson Dunn. Will make the catch to retire Thompson and finish things off for Medford in the top of the second inning. But the Mustangs get 3 more runs in, and they lead 5-0 against the Doc Stewarts on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
We go to the bottom of the second inning, 5-0 Medford in front. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family, because they are family. First pitch swinging to Dominic Tatone. Foul down the right field side. Dom got around on the pitch by Cody Boragine and launched that one deep to right field, but just into foul territory. Dominic Tatone, our player interview before the game started here today. Great to follow up with him and find out some more about him. He is headed to Umpqua Community College next fall and will play for Coach Robbins and the Riverhawks. In for a strike on the breaking ball. Tatone finds himself down 0-2. Cody Boragine gave up 2 hits in the first, but no runs. Misses low. 1-2 count. Be curious to find out what Dom does with the Riverhawks. Is he strictly a pitcher? Does he get a chance to play in the outfield? Does he do a little of both? The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And Dom goes down with the strikeout. Big cut on the 1-2. And he is the first strikeout for either pitching staff so far here today. So 1 out and nobody on. It'll be Parker Burke that'll dig in to bat. Burke, going to be a senior next year at Roseburg High. First pitch swinging for him. Skies one towards right field. Tristan Wallace towards the line is underneath it. Wallace makes the catch for the second out. 2 down quickly here for Roseburg against Medford. I'll bring up Justin Jenks.
The next batter for the
Justin Jenks, 3 at-bats so far this summer. Jenks has 1 hit for an RBI, and eventually came around and scored a run as well. First pitch swinging, he fouls it back for strike 1. Jenks, one of 3 players from South Umpqua High School on this team that played in a 3A, 2A, 1A senior all-star game earlier this season. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That was up at Linfield. I heard from the guys that they didn't win their games. They played close, but didn't win their games. The local guys played pretty well, though. As the 0-2 pitch, Jenks fouls it away. Was told that Cade Johnson turned in a triple play in that game. Line drive at him, makes a catch, tags a runner, and threw to first or something like that. The 0-2 pitch just misses outside. 1-2 count for Justin Jenks here. I didn't believe him at first, but he told me, yeah, I turned a triple play. The 1-2. Jenks Sends it in the air. Backpedaling, the second baseman Cameron Sewell calls off right fielder Tristan Wallace, and it's a quiet bottom of the second for the Doc Stewarts. They go down in order against Cody Boragine. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base through 2 innings of play. It's 5-0 Medford in front of the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Medford leads the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts 5-0 as Frankie Retigliano will lead things off here in the top of the third against Blake Withers. The first pitch of the at-bat is inside for ball one. Joey Kieran here with you from Champion Car Wash Field on this Father's Day championship game for the Doc Stewarts. We'll run through your scores from the other games earlier today. It's a ball lifted towards left field. Twisting and going back, Sebastian Watson is underneath it for the first out. Let's go and pause real quick for station identification. This is Docs Baseball on the score.
Next batter, number 25, Tristan Wallace.
Tristan Wallace will bat with 1 out, nobody on. He swings and misses at the first pitch from Blake Withers for strike 1. Wallace walked back in the second inning and eventually came around to score. Docs Baseball today brought to you by Barnes Heating and Air, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. A 1-1 count for the 9-hitter in the Medford lineup. There's a breaking ball, froze the hitter. Wallace watches one go by for strike 2. The 1-2 from Withers. The righty delivers a swing and a miss, and there's your first strikeout for the Docs pitching staff tonight. 2 away. Strikeouts by Docs pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Don't let the perfect pitch get by you. If you're tired of waiting months to see a doctor, well, visit onepeakmedical.com to book your appointment today. One Peak Medical, accepting new patients and covered by most insurances. So 2 down, top of the order. Cody Boragine bats for a 3rd time in his mini innings. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Boragine will be the final batter to face off against Blake Withers for the first time. Pitch bounces in from Withers, a 1-1 count. Top of the 3rd inning. Medford has scored in both frames so far, but have been held scoreless so far here in the 3rd. Withers trying to keep it that way. His 1-1 pitch. Ground ball goes off the foot of Blake Withers. Picked up by Jace Johnson. No, he tried to barehand it. He would have had just a fraction of a second to get it out of his hand to first to even have a chance of getting Boragine at first. And he won't be able to do so. That'll be an infield single for Cody Boragine, his 2nd of the game. And he will be on at first with 2 down. Boragine yesterday 3 for 4 in the 4-0 win over Salem with Nell. So he continues some hot hitting today, 2 for 2. He's been on base all 3 times. Brings up Cameron Sewell. Top of the order's been dangerous for Medford. Sewell takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Cameron Sewell A walk and a single for him. He scored twice. Takes outside, 2-0 count. Couldn't entice the swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Two-0 count. Blake Withers, the big righty from Umpqua Valley Christian, gets the top end of the zone for a strike. Doc's wearing the black tops here again today. Black tops, Doc Stewart's across the chest in blue, outlined in orange. Numbers on the front and the back in the same color scheme. Gray trousers, stops at the knees with the black socks. Hit and run on. A 2-1 pitch in the air out to center field. And the catch made by Carson Dunn to retire the side as the Doc Stewarts hold Medford to a fairly quiet inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Still, the Mustangs lead 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Back for the bottom of the third inning. Today's game is sponsored by Flyaway Travel. You can book your travel plans with their travel experts. Find them at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. Docs trail 5-0. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters coming up. Carson Dunn at the plate. Dunn batting 136 right now. Trying to get the bat going and get some offense brewing here for himself. Out of the 9 position. Looking to try and get the first base runner since the first inning for the Docs. He takes a 2-0 pitch for strike 1 from Cody Boragine. Sun's starting to kind of fade here, so feels like the temperatures are dropping just a little bit. 2-1 pitch in for a strike to Dunn. 2-2 count. Clouds kind of covering things up, and that bright sunshine we had on the field to start the game is gone. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and Dunn goes down with the strikeout. 1 out, top of the order. Cade Johnson will stand in. Johnson flew out to right field in his first at-bat against Cody Boragine. Medford, the number 1 seed in this tournament, as a ball popped up foul, out of play for Johnson. Ooh, look out. Number 1 seed in the Thomas pool. And Medford had the fewest runs allowed through the first 3 games of the tournament. Had to come down to a tiebreaker in that Thomas pool to decide who would be the number 1 seed as a ball in the dirt. A 1-1 count for Cade Johnson. Medford had allowed only 3 runs through their 3 games. The ball fouled off. Strike 2 for Johnson. 3 runs in their 3 games in pool play, all 3 of those coming to Fairfield that defeated the Medford Mustangs in the first game of the tournament. And Medford threw back-to-back shutouts in their last 2 games, including the 4-0 win over Whitnell yesterday. 1-2 pitch here to Johnson. Cade, line drive to left field, gets in for a base knock. Cascade will have his first hit of the day, and he continues to swing it pretty well.
The next batter, number 2, Sebastian
Yesterday was
Watson.
2 for 4 at the plate. Gets his first hit, 1 for 2 now here this evening. 1 on, 1 out. It'll be Sebastian Watson. He had a single in the first. Right back up the middle. First pitch, Watson takes right above the knees on the inner half for strike 1. Good placement there from the lefty to the righty. That ball comes in at the right-handed hitters, and just a tough pitch to do much with. Pickoff throw to first. Johnson back in safely. Docs Baseball is also sponsored by Dr. Alanson Randall. The dentist is accepting new patients, so call him at 541-378-6694. 0-1 pitch in for a strike to Sebastian. Seabass got on with a base hit but was picked off in the first inning. We've seen dangerous pickoff throws from Cody Borgine so far. The 0-2 pitch, he reaches, pops it up in the air towards right field. The second baseman, Sewell, calling for it. He makes the catch. That retires Sebastian Watson. 2 away.
The next batter, number 16.
Jace Johnson will get a chance to bat for a second time in the ball game. Johnson walked in the first inning. First pitch, check swing, bouncer back to the mound. Borgine fields and underhands it to first base. And that'll finish things off for the Doc Stewarts in the bottom of the third. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. Doc's unable to do much so far here tonight. They trail 5-0 as we go to the top of the 4th inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
When I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
For the Mustangs to lead off the top of the 4th, number 29, Tanner Douglas.
5-0 lead for Medford in front of the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. As we start the top of the 4th inning, it's Blake Withers still throwing on the mound for the Docs. He'll take on Tanner Douglas, who is 1 for 2 in the game with 2 RBI. Douglas takes the 1-0 pitch outside. Douglas had the RBI single back in the second, drove in 2. That was 2 of 3 runs in that second inning. The 2-0 pitch, ground ball, first base side. Daniel Withers will pick it up, races to the bag to make the out himself. 1 away. Defensively there at first base, Daniel Withers, the youngster from UVC, just a sophomore last spring.
The next batter, number
Makes
3,
the play,
Jace
backhand,
Miller.
and just races to the bag, beating out Tanner Douglas. 1 away, Jace Miller will bat. Swings first pitch, and he bounces that one through the left side for a base knock. Miller gets his second hit of the day.
Next batter, number 5, Aiden Horsey.
Grounded into a double play his last time up. No danger of doing that time, and gets himself on. That'll put a runner at first with 1 out. Aiden Horsley, 1 for 1 in the game with a sac fly for an RBI and a single. Blake Withers, first pitch, hits the outside corner, strike 1. Docs Baseball proudly supported by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. The 0-1 pitch, low. 1-1 count. Docs and Medford scheduled to play again tomorrow That is currently set as a 9-inning game tomorrow at noon in Medford, is what I've been told. In the dirt, now the runner heading to second base. In safely will go Jace Miller. Takes advantage of the wild pitch. Got a good read on that ball in the dirt. Behind the plate, Parker Burke knocked it down, kept it in front, but had to chase the baseball a little bit. And that allowed plenty of time for Miller to get to second. 2-1 pitch. Horsley high in the air out towards right field. That ball drops in for a base knock. The rounding third, heading for home, comes Jace Miller. Second RBI of the day for Aiden Horsley. Horsley had a 3-for-3 day yesterday and did drive in a run. So he's adding to his RBI total this season. Scoring was Miller from second. 6-0 Medford in front. One away, Jeremiah Robbins will bat. He has walked twice. Takes the first pitch for ball one. Video streaming of Doc Stewart's baseball here on 541radio.com tonight is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate them and their sponsorship of the video stream so folks can watch the games. Heading on the road for the first time tomorrow to do the video stream, and found some issues there at Lithia and Driveway Fields, but I think I know what to expect this time. Is a ground ball, third base side, foul ball. Throwing to second base was Jace Johnson, but we'll have to redo it as that ball foul just on the other side of the bag for Jace as he brought that one in. So we should be good to get the video stream going down in Medford coming up tomorrow, and I know that'll be big, being a noon start time. Can't imagine everybody's available to make the trek down there. 1-1 pitch from Withers inside. 2 balls and a strike for Robbins. 2-1 count. Top of the fourth inning, 1 out, 1 run already in. Robbins gets behind a ball deep to left field. Circling underneath it, Sebastian Watson will make the catch. Back to first base goes Aiden Horsley. Sebastian Watson, who has been on the infield at second base much of the last few games. I think he started the season, was playing in the outfield the last few games with Austin Takahashi missing. They, I think, brought Watson back into the infield. There's a strike taken by Owen Thompson. So they had Watson at second for the last couple of games. He's now in left field with Justin Jenks getting the start at second tonight. The 0-1 pitch popped up, foul territory. Daniel Withers chasing all the way to the dugout, and that one into the grandstands. 0-2 count for Owen Thompson, who is 0-for-1 in the game with a walk. So, got to wonder, being flexible out there. Obviously, Sebastian Watson wants to be on the field, however he needs to do it. But making the adjustment, going from the infield to the outfield, making those switches. Play the positions differently. So, runner going, the pitch low and inside. Throw to second base, not in time. 1-2 count for Owen Thompson. Now has a man in scoring position with 2 outs. Aiden Horsley with the stolen base. Thompson waits for the 1-2 offering from Blake Withers. Misses low and inside again. Curious what the temperatures are down to here this evening. I didn't grab an extra layer tonight, and I'm regretting that decision right now. 2-2 pitch from Withers. Checks second. Delivers in. That ball again in the air to left field. Racing back. Sebastian Watson squares it up, and he is there for the final out. Doc Stewart's give up 1 run in the top of the fourth inning on 2 hits, no Doc's errors, and a 1 runner left on base for Medford. They lead 6-0. Doc's coming up to bat in the bottom of the fourth, needing the offense to get going. here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Evan Corbin will try to get things going for the Docs as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch in for strike one as Cody Boragine has allowed just 3 hits, no runs, and 1 walk so far in his outing. 2 strikeouts for Boragine. He gets a swing and a miss for strike 2 to Evan Corbin. Docs Baseball today brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Cody Boragine as he gets Evan Corbin to go down looking. First out,
Daniel Withers.
Here in the bottom of the fourth, Docs trailing 6-0. Medford with 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 1 in the fourth inning. Swing and a miss to Daniel Withers on the first pitch by Cody Boragine. The 0-1. Line drive towards left field. Going to carry enough to get past the infield and fall in front of the left fielder. I thought that Owen Thompson in left field was going to have a chance to get to that ball, but instead he takes it on the 1 hop, and in with a 1-out single is Daniel Withers, who continues to do a pretty nice job hitting for the Doc Stewarts this summer. Withers a call-up from Pepsi, and he has been making the most of the opportunity. Low for ball 1 to Dominic Tourn, who struck out swinging in the second inning. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Dom takes a breaking ball in for strike 1. Well, taking a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Shop Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply has been supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. There's a big swing and a miss out of Dom, a 1-2 count. On the scoreboard earlier today, the Pepsi Bottle Caps, the single-A Legion team here in Roseburg, winning 11-1 versus Lakeview in a game played down at North Medford High School. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball by Cody Boragine. He's got his second strikeout here in the fourth inning. There's 2 down, and it'll bring up Parker Burke.
Parker Burke.
Burke is 0 for 1 in the game. So Pepsi getting a big win earlier today down in Medford against Lakeview. Take a look at the other scores from the tournament here today. Swing and a miss on the first pitch by Burke. In the matchup of fourth place teams, it was Boss Baseball beating Portland Eastside 14-6. The 0-1 pitch, Burke pops it up to right field. Should be playable out there for Tristan Wallace. It is, and there's your final out. We'll look through the rest of the scores from earlier in the tournament today when we come back for the top of the fifth inning. It is 6-0 Medford in front of Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Top of the 5th inning, Ducks trailing 6-0. Looks like we've had another call to the pen, brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. It'll be Jordan White that'll take over for Blake Withers, third pitcher of the game for the Ducks.
First batter for Medford to lead off the top of the 5th inning. Number 10, Frankie Rutigliano.
Get the numbers on Blake Withers. Ducks trail 6-0. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? First pitch fouled off by Frankie Rutigliano, who is 0 for 2 in this ball game. Ball left field. That one, just foul. Not off the mark by much there for Rutigliano as he fouls one down the left field side. The 0-2 pitch from White lifted towards center. Carson Dunn there. One away. So Rutigliano is now flown out 3 times in this ball game. He leads off the 5th inning with the fly ball out, his third one of the game. One away, nobody on base. Tristan Wallace, his hit list still in the contest. He'll take high from White for ball 1. A 1-0 count. Swung on and missed for Wallace. So the Ducks right now trailing 6-0. Have not really been able to do a whole lot against Cody Boragine as they pitch low from White, 2-1 count. Ducks have got 4 hits in the ball game, but haven't been able to compound them, keep adding to them and string a few together. Meanwhile, on the other side, 8 hits so far in the game for Medford. 2-1 pitch. That pitch inside from White. And Wallace wears it. He'll get on base for a second time, was walked back in the second. 1 on with 1 out. First hit batter of the night. Blake Withers coming out of the game. Pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, had 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Those are 2 earned runs against him as well. First pitch swinging for Cody Boragine, launches it to right field. Dominic Tourn will track it down, racing towards the corner. Fires it back in, back to first goes Wallace. And that is the first time tonight that Cody Boragine makes an out. He has had 2 singles and walked once. Scored 2 runs, but Boragine flies out to right field. He is now 2 for 3. 2 away with the man on at first, and Cameron Sewell will bat. Runner going high and away. Throw to second base. In and out of the glove for Cade Johnson. Throw took Johnson to the second base side of second. He caught and tried to swipe and tag, couldn't hang on to the baseball. Throw might have been there early enough to get the runner if it had been hung on to, but we'll never know. Just outside, 2-0 count here for Sewell as Wallace into second base with the stolen base. Puts him in scoring position, and a visit out to the mound for Parker Burke. Burke out there to talk with Jordan White. Again, the pitching change brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you've been looking at making a change with your insurance coverage, Well, get in touch with Chris. You can make sure you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget, auto, home, life, and more. ChrisInsures.com. Visit for a quote today. 2-0 pitch from White. Carries outside. A 3-0 count now to Cameron Sewell. Jordan White, the third pitcher of the game for the Docs. Starter Eli Jacobs is on the hook for the loss right now unless the Docs can rally big as this game wears on. 3-0 count. Does get the strike across. Jordan White making his fourth appearance this summer. White has thrown 2 innings. Does not have a win or a loss. He's got a 0.00 ERA, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. Gets the 3-1 pitch just outside for ball 4. So now make it 2 walks issued by Jordan White. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Heart of the order coming up here. Tanner Douglas will bat.
Tanner Douglas.
Douglas is 1 for 3 in the game with a 2-run single back in the second. Takes the first pitch high and outside for ball 1 from Jordan White. 2 down. So we told you in the 4th place game earlier today, it was Boss Baseball beating Eastside 14-6. Pitch low, 1-0 count, goes to 2-0. Runners at first and second hold. So that was our first game of the day today. The second game was the 3rd place teams. Fairfield beating Corvallis 5-1. In the matchup of second place teams, Klamath Falls winning 12-2 over Salem with Nell. And then your final game of the tournament, the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and the Medford Mustangs. 2-0 pitch taken for strike 1 by Douglas, the lefty. Two-one count. Douglas fouls that one away towards the parking lot. Evens up things. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and somebody's going to have a dent when they get back to their car. Well, if they don't have coverage to cover that, get in touch with Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance, right? 2-2 pitch, ground ball back up the middle. It'll be taken by Jenks. Throw to first in time. Justin Jenks with the big play to get the final out, sliding to his right to get to the ball. Had to get up and make the quick throw, and he beats Douglas by a hair. And the Docs will get the final out here in the top of the 5th inning. Medford, no runs on no hits, no errors by the Docs, 2 runners left on base. Go to the bottom of the 5th, 6-0, the Mustangs in front of the Docs on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
You got at the souvenir booth.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Batting for the Docs to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning, number 19, Justin.
Tonight's game has been sponsored by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. For the Docs, Justin Jenks made a big defensive play, starts things off here in the 5th inning. He'll get on with an error, but Docs just need base runners however they can get them. At third base, a sharp ball hit to Jace Miller. He tried to play it on the short hop. It ate him up, and he will commit the first error for the Mustangs. That'll put Justin Jenks on base for the first time today. Doc's just hitting just finishing up their second time through the lineup card against Cody Boragine, who continues to throw. The lefty pickoff throw to first base, not in time. Big swipe by Tanner Douglas at first. He wanted that, thinks he got it, but didn't get the call. Douglas also was the recipient of the close call on that play made by Justin Jenks to end things there in the top of the fifth. So I think Tanner Douglas and Cody Boragine were trying to get a little bit of revenge against Justin Jenks for the close call that got Medford in the top of the fifth. They couldn't get it against Jenks here in the bottom of the fifth. Swiping the tag again, not in time. Carson Dunn at the plate with an 0-1 count here. Dunn is 0 for 1 in the game. Boragine delivers, gets another swing and a miss. Waiting on deck, the top of the order, that's Cade Johnson. The on-deck hitter is brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need for building a house, a garden, or even a deck. Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for Dunn as he continues to scrape at the plate just a bit.
Next batter, number 1, Cade Johnson.
That is 2 strikeouts here tonight for Carson Dunn, and back to the top of the order. It'll be Cade Johnson. First pitch swinging, he will hit one into left field, and Johnson continues to swing a pretty hot stick. He's got a multi-hit game for a second game in a row, and Cade Johnson on at first. Up to second base goes Justin Jenks. 2 for 3 tonight for Cade Johnson.
Batter, number 2,
brings up Sebastian Watson, who is 1 for 2 in this game. First pitch to Watson, pops up, shallow right field, backing up. Tanner Douglas will make the catch. No runners able to tag in advance. So Watson flies out to the first baseman. 2 down, and it'll bring up Jace Johnson, trying to get something going for the Docs.
The next batter, number 16, Jace Johnson.
First pitch here for Jace. Fouled back to the screen. Oh, 1 count. Boragine takes his time, delivers to Jace, who fouls it off. That'll be strike 2. That one a grounder down the third base side. So I wasn't here for that Saturday when the Docs played at Northwest Diamond Sports twice. So I don't have those games in my scorebook here. But every game for the Docs so far this season that I've done, Cade Johnson has a hit. So real strong start to the year for him. Strike 3 taken by Jace Johnson on the inside corner. And he will go down for the third out. Doc Stewart's threatened, but they are unable to do anything. An error led it off, and then a single by Cade Johnson. But the 6th strikeout of the game for Cody Boragine finishes it off. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 6th. Doc Stewart's, they got some work to do, but they got to keep Medford off the board. When we return on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Jordan White is facing Jace Miller to start things off here in the top of the 6th inning. He's gotten a couple of foul balls for an 0-2 count here against Miller, who is 2 for 3 in this game with an RBI. The 0-2 pitch as we start out the top of the 6th inning. Medford leading at 6-0. The pitch is outside, a 1-2 count. Out of his windup, White sends it in. That ball lifted to left field. Should be playable for Sebastian Watson. Makes the catch. Retires the first out. So I did some research in between innings and reminded, and I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, that Cade Johnson, Justin Jenks, and Ever Lamb, they were all out at that All-Star game the weekend that the Doc Stewarts hosted Northwest Diamond Sports. So that means that Cade Johnson has had a hit in every game so far this season that he's played in for the Doc Stewarts. Is a first pitch strike one to Aiden Horsley. He's got 2 here tonight. So Cade Johnson playing really well to start out the summer. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, and Jordan White has an 0-2 count against Horsley, who is 2 for 3, make that 2 for 2 in the game with 2 RBI. Had a sac fly for an RBI back in the first. The 0-2 pitch by White. Fouled away. So this is the 6th game played by Cade Johnson, and he has a hit in all of them. So a 6-game hit streak to start out the season for Johnson. And a few of those have been multiple hit games, including tonight and yesterday. It's an 0-2 pitch coming up here for Jordan White. The righty will give up a line drive to left field. Diving attempt by Jace Johnson. He couldn't get the glove on it. He was close, but it goes right by him, and that is the 3rd hit of the game for Aiden Horsley. He continues to swing well. It was 3 for 3 yesterday, 3 for 3 today. You want to talk about hitting well, start out the season. Back-to-back 3 for 3 days for Aiden Horsley is a nice way to get things going as the season gets underway. Medford playing their 10th game of the year. Docs playing their 8th. First pitch to Jeremiah Robbins is in for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. White breaking ball, ground ball, shortstop, knocked down by Cade Johnson, but he will not be able to make a play. Had to lay out to get to that ball. That'll be a base hit for Robbins. His first of the night. He had been walked twice, but he gets his first hit on base, and here comes the courtesy runner for him. Double check, but yep, that is Johnny King coming in to run for him again. First and second with 1 out for Medford. Owen Thompson bats. The left fielder takes low for ball 1. Docs Baseball is brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. 1-0 pitch, ground ball, third base side again, gets into left field. They're going to send the runner all the way to the plate. The throw by Watson offline. The throw down to second base. Gets into center field. Carson Dunn will back up the play. They had a chance to try and get Johnny King, the courtesy runner for the catcher, at second. He took a big turn when the throw went to the plate. Parker Burke wisely came out to get the ball in front of home. Had a clean look to throw to second, but he overthrew it out into center field. So King safely back into second. On at first with the RBI single is Owen Thompson, his first hit of the game. Scoring from second was Aiden Horsley. Medford leading 7-0. 1-0 count to Frankie Retigliano, who is 0 for 3 in the game. Bats with runners at first and second and 1 out. Strike taken, a 1-1 count. So Jordan White giving up 3 straight singles. A couple of balls on the infield that, you know, a little bit one direction or the other, and maybe they're outs rather than base hits, but they've been well-hit balls that were tough to get to. And the Docs Infielders on the left side, Cade Johnson, Jace Johnson, doing the best they could to get to those balls, but they've had to dive for all of them. Retigliano, and 1-2 count. Hits one out to center, caught by Dunn. The runner at second does not tag, and so they will hold 2 down. Third time that Retigliano has flown out to Carson Dunn in center field. He has had 4 pop-outs in the ballgame. That'll bring up Tristan Wallace, who is 0 for 1 in the game. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. First pitch from White is fouled away. Strike 1. 7-0 the lead for Medford. 3 hits here in this inning. They're up to 11 total in the contest. Jordan White, 0-1 pitch, fouled away. White has come out and done a nice job here in relief. Jordan entering the game in the 5th inning. Eli Jacobs started for the Dogs. Blake Withers came on in relief in the 2nd. 0-2 pitch. Line drive, left field, drops in, first base hit. For the 9-hitter, Tristan Wallace. Holding at third base was Johnny King. Up to second goes Owen Thompson, and on at first is Tristan Wallace.
Next batter, number 14, Cody Borgine.
That'll send us back to the top of the order. 3 lefties waiting for Jordan White with the bases loaded and 2 out. And the difficult hitter to retire, Cody Borgine, will step in. Jordan White did get Borgine to fly out to right field in the top of the 5th. He's going to try to get him again here to finish off the top of the 6th. Outside on the first pitch, ball 1. Tonight's game streaming online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score, thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe. 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner. If you haven't already, we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with Docs. You can hit the little alert button, and it'll tell you when we are live streaming Docs baseball throughout the summer, including tomorrow's game at noon at Medford. If you can't make the trip down to Medford for an afternoon game, we can help you out there. We should be able to stream from down in Medford tomorrow. 2-1 pitch from White is fouled away by Borgine. 2-2 count. 7-0 Medford in front. They are well in the lead for the tournament championship title here today. 2-2 from Jordan White. Breaking ball pulled foul down the first base side. 2-2 count with 2 outs and runners on every base. They will be moving on contact. Docs lost 16-6 in the season opener against Medford back on June 9th. A 2-2 pitch from Jordan White. Line drive shot up the middle into center field for Cody Borgine. 1 run scores. That is it. And so bases remain loaded after the RBI single. First RBI of the night for Borgine. That is his 3rd single. It's 8-0 Medford.
Cameron Sewell.
Johnny King scores for Jeremiah Robbins. Owen Thompson moves to 3rd. Tristan Wallace goes to 2nd. And Borgine on at 1st. Cameron Sewell will bat. He fouls off the pitch. Out of the stadium for strike 1. Well, we are nearing the end of this game. Still a little ways to go, though. But I want to remind you to stick around for the post-game show. We'll name the Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. The 0-1 pitch to Sewell is outside, a 1-1 count. Mountain Mike's gracious enough to donate a $25 gift certificate for a Player of the Game award at the end of each game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. So appreciate that. We'll pick a winner of that award in the postgame show. Strike at the knees on the inside corner to the lefty, Sewell. 1-2 count. Jordan White trying to get out of things here in the 6th. He's given up 2 runs. Bases loaded with 2 outs. He's got a 1-2 pitch. That ball well hit out towards right field on the run. Dominic to Tourn. Lane out, will not get to it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. And Sewell is heading for 3. The relay throw will get cut off, and that is where they will hold him at third base. It's a bases clearing triple for Cameron Sewell. Sewell drives in 3. Dominic Tourn did everything he could to get to that ball, but it was just out of his reach as he dived to get there. First pitch swinging now for Tanner Douglas is fouled down the right field side. It'll be strike 1 for Douglas. Back to the plate. He's the 9th hitter to come up for Medford here in the 6th inning. Five runs have come in for Medford here in the 6th. There's a strike taken by Douglas, an 0-2 count for him. 6 hits, 5 runs. There's been 2 pop-outs in this frame as well. The 0-2 pitch from White misses low. I could imagine just kind of thinking of what Jeremiah Robbins might say to Jordan White after this one. Hey, look, he gave his defenses opportunities to try and make the play, and the ball's just pretty well hit. It's the 1-2. Douglas swings and misses to finish off the frame. Big strikeout there. All strikeouts are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Don't strike out when you're looking to book an appointment with your doctor. Visit onepeakmedical.com, where they are accepting new patients, and they're covered by most insurances. All right, the top of the 6th finally comes to an end. 9 hitters to the plate. 5 runs come in for Medford. They lead 11-0, and the Docs now facing the end of the game here. Need to get at least 2 runs to keep this one going. We go to the bottom of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
1 runner left out.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Back to start the 6th, the bottom of the 6th inning. Evan Corbin at the plate. Got handcuffed off the handle. Hits a soft liner, 1 hopper to Frankie Retigliano, who fields and fires to first to retire Corbin. 1 away for the Docs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trailing 11-0, Docs need 2 runs to keep this game going. As on the mound, Cody Boragine looking to try and make it a quick one here and go a complete game for the victory for the Mustangs. The 0-1 pitch to Daniel Withers. Ground ball in the hole. Sliding attempt by Retigliano. Couldn't get to it. And Withers will have his 2nd hit of the ball game. So Daniel Withers gets on base with 1 out. 1 on, 1 away. Dominic Tourn will bat 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch, strike 1. So again, these 2 teams scheduled to meet tomorrow again down in Medford. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Dom looking to put the ball in play for the first time tonight, but he falls behind 0-2 in the lefty versus lefty matchup. It's been tough for Dom here tonight, but he gets beaned, so he will get on base and avoid the 3 strikeout night. First hit batter by Boragine here in the 6th inning. Puts runners at first and second. And the Docs have had a runner at second base now 3 times in this game, but that is it. They've not had a runner get past second base in this one. Brings up Parker Burke with 1 out and 2 on. Strike 1 on the first pitch. Waiting on deck for a hope to get a chance to bat is Justin Jenks. Low and inside, 1-1 count. The on-deck hitters this season brought to you by Budget Lumber. They've got everything you need to build, including a deck. That's Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. The 1-1 pitch, way inside on Burke. He's got a 2-1 count. Doc's trying to at least keep the game going here. Got a long hill to climb if they want to win it. And the way that Cody Boragine's been throwing, it is a really steep climb to try and get back into this one. The 2-1 pitch popped up back behind home, gets out of play. Lands on the roof for a 2-2 count. So if Medford does in fact hang on to win this game, they will finish with a 3-1 record, just like the Doc Stewarts. A loss here would snap a 3-game winning streak for the Docs. 2-2 pitch, high and away, full count. A loss here for the Docs snaps a 3-game winning streak. A win for Medford gives them a 3-game winning streak. Full count pitch. Strike 3 called. Burke goes down looking. A beautiful pitch by Cody Boragine. 7th strikeout for him. 2 down.
The next batter, number 19,
and it'll be Justin Jenks to bat. Jenks reached on an error in the 5th inning. He'll hit one left side again. A bounder to Retigliano. Throws a strike to first base. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that wraps this one up. It does, as the teams will come out to shake hands. Doc Stewarts get shut out by Medford. Your final score, 11-0, as that'll wrap up the Father's Day tournament. Medford will be your tournament champion. Doc Stewarts will finish second. Both teams finished 3-1 in tournament play. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with the postgame show on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
FM or 1490 The Score AM. So the news review will also have all that stuff out there for you. So we'll see you back here at the ballpark Tuesday, 21st.
Well, our final score here tonight, Doc Stewart's fall to Medford 11-0. Medford with the win in 6 innings. Docs will fall to 5-3 on the season. Medford improves to 8-2 on the year. And Medford is your Father's Day tournament champion, going 3-1 in tournament play. And the Docs also going 3-1, but falling today against the Mustangs. Final numbers here as we take a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Shop local, shop Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. Medford, 11 runs, 14 hits, 1 error in this one. They left 10 runners on base. Roseburg, no runs on 6 hits, 2 errors, and they left 8 runners on base today. Getting the win will be Cody Boragine, who goes 6 innings, a complete game victory for Boragine. 6 innings, gave up no runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts, hit 1 batter as well. Taking the loss is Eli Jacobs, his first loss of the season, 0-1 on the year now for him. Pitched just 1 inning, couldn't get out of the second inning, gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, no strikeouts for Eli Jacobs. Medford scored 2 in the first inning, added 3 in the second, put 1 on the board in the fourth, and 5 in the 6th, and that would be all they would need. They got that big 5-run 6th inning against Jordan White to get to that 10-run margin and be able to then get the game over a little bit quicker in just 6 innings. So Medford gets the win here tonight, a big one there. They finished things out strong. They lost their first game of the tournament, but won 3 straight. Docs won 3 straight and lost their final game of the tournament. The two teams are scheduled to meet again coming up tomorrow as the Docs are set to go to Medford for a 9-inning game at noon. That was originally the season opener for the Docs, but it was one day after they officially set the roster, and so they decided to push it back, and the makeup date is tomorrow at noon from Lithia and Driveway Fields down in Medford. And we'll have coverage of that one for you unless anything changes. And you never know with Legion Baseball, sometimes at the last minute. Since the two teams played here today and it's in the middle of a busy stretch, I could see where maybe they talk about it and decide not to play it. I don't know. Not trying to project anything there, but who knows. I'm thinking that, hey, that'd be okay if I didn't have to drive to Medford tomorrow. But we'll be down there in Medford if they are there to play the game tomorrow. And we're also going to be down in Medford later in the week as we head down there to be a part of the Coach K tournament down in Medford, hosted by the Mustangs. We'll have a look at all the numbers when we come back as we continue on with your postgame show. You've got your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game coming up in just a few on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field as we bring you the conclusion of tonight's ball game. Doc Stewart's fall against Medford 11-0. They're having a lengthy conversation out in left field as Coach Jeremiah Robbins addresses the team. And, they get ready for what is going to be a busy week again. This has been a busy week already. This was the 5th consecutive day of games for the Doc Stewarts. They are scheduled to play one tomorrow at Medford, doubleheader Tuesday here at home, doubleheader Wednesday here at home, and then they go back to Medford to play games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the Coach K tournament down there. So, it'll be another busy week and continue a busy stretch of the season for sure. That is also part of the reason why I could see where maybe both teams decide, hey, let's maybe find a way to schedule this game later in the season or something like that. Docs will play Medford plenty of times throughout the year. They don't need to necessarily jam in extra games just because, but we'll see how things go. It's going to be a busy week coming up, and both teams trying to make sure that they are well-stocked and prepared for what is to come. All right, taking a look at the numbers here tonight. Again, 11 runs on 14 hits, 1 error for the Docs. Medford had 11 runs on 14 hits and 1 error in this matchup is what I meant to say. 14 hits, so you can imagine up and down the lineup card, there's a lot of them here. In fact, 2 players with 3 hits, 2 players with 2 hits in this game. Only 1 player didn't get a hit in the roster for Medford. Cody Boragine goes 3 for 4 in this matchup. He had 3 runs scored, drove in a run. Cameron Sewell was 2 for 3 in this game. He scored twice and drove in 3 with a bases-clearing triple. Tanner Douglas was 1 for 5 in the game, drove in 2. Jace Miller was 2 for 4, scored once and drove in a run. Aiden Horsley goes 3 for 3 with 2 RBI and a run scored. Jeremiah Robbins was 1 for 2 with 2 walks, a single, and a run scored by the courtesy runner. Owen Thompson goes 1 for 3 with a walk and a RBI single. And Tristan Wallace was 1 for 2 with a single, 2 runs scored. He also was hit by a pitch and walked. On the other side for the Docs, 2 players with 2 hits. Cade Johnson goes 2 for 3. Daniel Withers goes 2 for 3. And then Sebastian Watson was 1 for 3 in the game. He had the first hit of the game, always brought to you by MSK True Value. And Evan Corbin was 1 for 3 as the DH tonight as well. So that is a look at how this one played out. Again, Eli Jacobs takes the loss. He started, went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, and no strikeouts. Cody Boragine gets the win. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. Blake Withers and Jordan White also pitched out of the bullpen tonight for the Docs as well. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Getting the $25 gift certificate tonight for the Doc Stewarts. Kind of a tough night at the ballpark, but shining still at the plate is Daniel Withers. We will hand him our Player of the Game award for this evening. Daniel Withers is your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Well, folks, that is going to wrap things up for us here. Again, Doc's scheduled to play at Medford coming up tomorrow, so we will be down there. It's supposed to be a noon start time, which means 11:45 pregame here on The Score, and hopefully streaming at 541radio.com with the video stream there. We have had challenges in the past, but I think I know that it's the AT&T phone that gives us the best signal down there to be able to do the video stream from Lithia and Driveway Fields in Medford. So we hope to have that game for you coming up tomorrow. Thanks to Medford and to all the teams that were here for the Father's Day tournament to make it a big success. Medford, Boss Baseball, Salem Whitnell, Fairfield, also Klamath Falls, Portland Eastside, and Corvallis. It was a great tournament, a lot of fun here at the ballpark for the last 4 days. I want to say thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the American Legion here in Roseburg for allowing us to bring you another season of Docs Baseball on the radio. I want to say thanks to Ben Hill back in the studio tonight for the radio production this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. My belief is we'll be talking to you guys coming up tomorrow when the Docs travel down to Medford to play a 9-inning game against the Mustangs from Lithia and Driveway Fields. The Fields number 9 down there. We'll have the coverage for you. It'll start at 11:45 tomorrow morning. You can watch streaming live online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, or you can catch it right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.